Hello, beautiful seeker. Welcome back to the Existential Shift. My name is Morgainne, and this will be a 13th element episode about the Earth split. Now, most of you, my seekers, have already heard about it in one way, shape, or form from either Dolores Cannon or any of the other plethora of spiritual teachers out there who speak on the matter. I have made a very focused 13th element episode as well about the Earth split, where I give both a spiritual and a scientific explanation to the phenomena that we're undergoing now. I will link it at the end of the video on the screen. What I want to talk to you about today is why. Okay, we know that it's happening. You can feel that it's happening. We see it socially, politically, energetically, emotionally. So many changes are undergoing because there seems to be so many extreme differences. Are those differences a new thing? Did those differences just come to be or just recently come to be? Actually, no. We've always been this diversely different, living on very different dimensions and levels of consciousness, awareness, and understanding of life. Even if it's not a matter of so-called high versus low frequency and vibration, in more simple terms, different. Many aspects of our existence are some different because some are higher versus lower frequencies, and some different form of dimension. They can be parallel at their level, still not in line. Oil has its importance, water has its importance, and yet they don't get along. Different substances don't have to be good versus bad in order to not be able to coexist. Of course, there are aspects of good and evil, of right versus wrong. That is also an aspect of the separation and the split, but not just. What I want to talk about today is to include all of it and simply tell you that it's not that the differences have grown as much as our awareness to ourselves and to our environment has grown. In the recent decades, humanity has made such incredible leaps in consciousness in a relatively much higher growth ratio. What used to take us a lifetime now takes us a decade. What used to take us a decade now takes us a year. It can explain why people don't stay in marriages for their entire life as much as they used to. Some of it is because now they can finally separate because society allows it and doesn't shame you. But a lot of it is because we are evolving in a ratio that we haven't evolved back then. We used to need one person in our life to carry us all the way through, for both of us to carry each other all the way through, because we were very similar to our younger self when it comes to level of consciousness. We didn't change much. We changed in character, we changed in decision making, but in the actual level of consciousness, not so much so. Now we just evolve and change on a incredible speed. You can't even keep up with it. You can't keep up with your own change. So people are separating more often. People grow out of each other more often, find different paths more often, faster. It's not that we're sarcastic and that we don't believe in love, meaning the younger generations. It's not that we're lazy and not willing to do the work. It's just that we're more fine-tuned with who we are and who we become. And we have that understanding. We can see this person is no longer in alignment, or this person is just as amazing as me. They're just on a different trajectory now. The same thing happens to us on a collective level. We now see the differences more clearly, and we now have more differences happen on a regular basis faster. That are a result of evolution or devolution. So when we know that someone is incredibly different than us, and there's no seeing eye to eye, and there's no bridging the gaps, it's inevitable for us to take a different route. We used to not even be able to see. We used to either not change as fast, or when we changed or when we were different, we didn't have the level of self-awareness and insight to even tell. There was a level of self-deceit. It was easier for us to align our inner self, allegedly, with the exterior world. We were more bound, or relatively more bound, to the reality that we were born into. Now it's easier relatively to change our reality, to change our society, to change our profession, to change our dreams. So if we're more in tune with ourselves and we're more in tune with others, who we are truly on the inside and who they are truly on the inside, and seeing through the exterior illusion, it's not that we're even stronger and more able to leave. It's a part of it, or to change, or to part ways. It's a lot of it is that we can now simply see. Many of us, the reason our souls in past lifetimes didn't split, didn't change, didn't leave situations as much as they used to, again, some of it was circumstantial, some of it lack of strength, lack of freedom, but some of it, a lot of it actually, is because we just couldn't tell. And now we can all tell. We all go to a form of therapy, some sort of spiritual work, awareness. We're all familiar with different modalities and theosophies when it comes to belief systems, when it comes to the psyche, the spirit, the soul. We can't hide anymore from others and from ourselves. And so we part ways, and so we split, and so we move, and so we change, and so we raise our voice and verbalize differences. And the earth, in alignment with that, splits too. So if everything seems dramatic and deferring and incohesive and disharmonious, ironically, it's a result of awareness and harmony with the self. It's a very difficult step in the process. However, it is nonetheless a good one. It is a good sign that you can tell that something is just not for you anymore. It's a good sign that your energy is just lifting you somewhere else, inevitably, and that you simply can't fight it. Thank you for tuning in. Stay magic. Stay true. I love you.